Let's get all sorted.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
What?
I don't need to get all sorted. I already am.
Hello, Jeff.
Hey, James.
You're all sorted.
I'm all sorted.
Well, I guess I'm going to turn this thing off. And
Yes.
It's been nice.
That's it, everybody. Good night. We love you. Bye. No, I'm excited and shocked and excited.
I've been seeing your updates on Twitter.
Yes.
You just I can hear the glee in your voice.
It's one of those things where the final 5% took way longer than I thought it was going to take.
Yeah.
Because of real life and children.
And also because you probably left all the crummy bits to the end.
No, it was just I got everything organized, and all I had to do was label and put everything away. It was all over my desk.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything else. That's all I could do at my
It
desk.
just stared at you.
And yet, yes, it still took way too long.
Well,
but it's done.
Let's begin at the beginning because I haven't heard the whole story intentionally of how all of this manifested. I think because you also probably started this process before I even knew you.
Yes,
Because it's been going on forever.
it has. Yes.
So tell me when you thought you should organize your Lego.
I think like anybody who's had a dark ages and then comes out of that dark ages and acquires a little bit of Lego and then acquires a little bit more Lego and then continues to acquire Lego, at some point you're building something and you're grustelling through the, am I pronouncing that right? Grustelling.
Yeah.
Through your buckets and bins trying to find that one piece that you're reasonably certain you have.
And your wife's like, would you stop that?
Yeah, and you think there has to be a better way to do this. And then you organize your Lego.
You didn't think, I need to stop. I have a problem. I have too much Lego at this point.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
I recognize.
I'm speaking words that
Yeah.
you don't.
I hear them as words, but I think you got the order wrong.
You just hear dolphins and birds.
Yeah.
And, okay.
Clicks.
Yeah.
That's all I'm hearing. So you think you got to organize your Lego, and then you do, and you do it terribly because the first time you sort your Lego is always terrible.
So what did you do the first time?
I did it by color. And
Right.
to be fair, I went online and people were like, sort it by color.
That doesn't
But
sound like a good idea.
I realized after that those are all blogs written by moms who don't care about the building of Lego. They care about the Lego not being on their children's floor for them to step on.
Right.
So if you can get 5 or 6 bins and arrange them by some sort of primary color they're closest to.
It's like Martha Stewart's color swatches then. You can just look at all the Lego by color tone and it just makes you feel calm.
Yes. And I did feel like I had bins and they were in them, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of organized.
And then I need that white thing where,
Well, no, then
snow blindness.
And then you still can't find anything. Yeah, it's the snow blindness thing. You're like, I need the red, 1x2, and that's in there with all of the other thousands of red pieces.
Yeah.
And it was not coming out
It's
easy
just
enough.
as bad.
So then you think, okay, I'll sort it by color and part. And I did that, and I put everything in plastic baggies and then put it back in the color bin. And then I was still digging through dozens of plastic baggies looking for the right thing. And that's when I realized, no, I have to do this properly.
Yeah.
Which essentially meant starting all over again.
And now where did you, I'm assuming you just hit the internet hard and tried to find as many different possible variations, or did you come up with your own, or how?
No, definitely, yes. There's definitely a lot of internet searching, and if anyone's searched the internet for Lego sorting, there is as many options as there are web pages in the world. I think everyone ideally would like to have their Lego sorted as if they were the Lego company.
Right.
And they had a giant robotic warehouse.
Yeah.
Where they could just punch in a part number and a bin of that part would come down.
A robot arm would go and get it.
Yeah. But that's not feasible. Especially, I had a limited amount of space I could use, and I know there are people out there that have some more space and some less space. So first I had to figure out how much space do I have to store everything, and then sort of work from there. How would I like to find the pieces when I'm working? And so that's how it began. And in the end, I'm sorted by part and then type, I would say. So some pieces are together because they're the same, and some pieces are together because they're used in a similar manner or in a similar type of building that I do.
Give me an example.
I have a bin that's labeled motors and rockets.
Okay.
And so if I'm building with motors or rockets, and it'll have exhaust ports and weird things like that that would be used in auto spaceship building, those sort of things.
Right.
And I thought, okay, these can all live together.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
And
have
there's
a ton of each of them.
Limited number.
Yeah, and it might be the inspiration to make whatever I'm working on a little bit better.
So it's a little bit of how your brain works and
For
organizes
sure.
it.
Yeah, I think that when you're organizing your Lego, you do have to make it how you work, not how anyone else works.
Right.
So I know the way I've sorted it works great for me. I don't know if it would work for anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm fine with that because it's my Lego.
Yeah. Well, it's like your extension of your mind palace. You've got everything exactly where I know where it is. You can close your eyes and spin around in your wheelie chair and just reach for the drawer, by arm height up the wall where the part will be.
Yes. And I do. The other thing I really like is I don't make mistakes when I go to the Pick-a-Brick wall at the Lego store anymore. Now I go, ooh, I do need more of that. Oh, I don't have a lot of that.
Right.
Whereas before I'd be sorting my stuff out and I'd be like, it turns out I had 1 million purple 1x2 tiles already. I'm never going to build enough purple tiled things to use all of these ever. But now I have more. So it's nice. I can definitely shop with more confidence.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
Good
before
for me.
It might have been like, maybe I shouldn't get any because I might already have these.
Again,
I don't know.
I'm hearing the words, but I don't understand. Yeah. So it's working. So the other really great thing that happened to me is at one point in time in the past, Storables, which is an offshoot store of the Container Store, which is my wife's favorite store on the planet.
How does a Container Store have an offshoot?
They're smaller format stores.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
It is a weird thing. But Storables had its own brand of things, which were sold at Storables and sometimes sold at Container Store, but not always sold at Container Store. And they had these buckets, or bins, I guess I'd more call them. They're rectangular bins, and they had lids that are really good trays. So I have about 9 of the medium-sized ones and 1 of the big one. And I use the trays when I'm, if you get a new Lego set, you can dump the bags out in the trays and the pieces don't go flying off the table and hiding, and they're great for keeping everything contained. Or when I'm building or sorting, they were very useful to use as trays. So I would recommend if you can get containers that double as trays, life is good. It worked really, really well for sorting.
Huh. So now when you get a new set, is it pretty much break it apart and sort it away, or what's the...
Depends on the set.
Yeah.
Depends on why I bought it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you buy sets just for the pieces, and it's never going to get built. And sometimes you buy them... like, I've bought a few friends' sets, and I've enjoyed building them, but I take them apart right away.
What? They don't fit into your...
They don't fit in my superhero display too well. Although one day, maybe. But more, they don't fit because they're just... They're too two-dimensional. They don't quite work for me. So those will get put together just to be taken apart because I like the fun of putting them together. And then other sets, the good superhero ones will be put together and put on display somewhere in my office.
So now, has this opened up any kind of ambition, or is it that you've been able to use this as an excuse for your laziness?
It definitely has not been a procrastination-based organizing. It's been a need.
Yeah.
It's organizing. I have projects that I've been working on for years that are in the same state as they were when I started organizing because it took too long. It took much longer than I'd like to. Again, if I could have done it 8 hours a day every day, I think I would have been okay. But life does not let you do that.
So do you think it's going to let you get at some of these big projects?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, for sure. I can start hitting the things that I've been putting on hold. And now I know what I have and what I don't have and what I need, and I can do it a lot easier.
And how much time would you estimate you spent on the whole thing?
I don't want to think about that.
Let that much, eh?
It was because, again...
Like, are you into hundreds of hours? Or
dozens for sure, I would say. But it might be closer to hundreds than it is to...
How much time, I guess, doing and redoing as well.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I did it, and then I redid it, and then I broke it down from there into the more organized final resting place that it is now.
Yeah, it's not... Yeah, it's worth it, though.
I think so. I hope so. It would have, the longer I procrastinated on starting it, the longer it would have taken to do as well.
Yeah.
So I feel good about that, I guess.
Well, I think it's a good going forward because, I mean,
yeah,
from this point now, anytime you just got to keep up with it. That's
well, it's completely expandable now. Yeah, and I don't have any place to put unfinished. I have a tray. Right. The tray only holds so much.
Yeah.
So, and it's full right now, of course. Yeah. But I'm hoping, that will keep me moving in the direction I need to be.
You just have to develop a habit of purging into the
cover. So in the end, between the bins and then I use we have Canadian Tire out here, which is nice, and they have parts caddies that hang on the wall,
right,
and hold 60 trays. I don't call them compartments.
Yeah.
That come completely out.
Right.
Which is, that's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to, any piece ideal. I wanted to be able to take it off the wall.
Yeah.
And have it beside me.
So are those full?
I have 4 slots left.
Oh my goodness.
In 4 of them.
Wow.
So that's 236 that I'm using, but I can always buy another one.
Well, you do it now before those.
Well, the nice thing is it's their own brand, and they've been doing it for, like, my dad bought one.
Oh, nice.
Back in the 80s.
That's pretty sweet.
I'm feeling pretty good that they'll keep making them.
That might be a good, because that's a good, and those mount on the wall too.
Yeah,
so that's
exactly.
That's a nice option, because I was looking at my kids' Lego, and it's like, it's all weird parts. Like, it's like, because he has so much hand-me-down Lego and so much weird Lego we've acquired from people. It's just, he has very little, like, great building block Lego, and it's all bizarreness. I'm like, what is this even?
It's because I think of the age of your child too. So the hand-me-down Lego is coming from that 90s period, that late 90s, early 2000s.
Let's just make a new mold.
Yeah, where parts went all over the place. Yeah. Although you're now at the stage where you're trying to find all of the pieces to make some of the sets.
After we did our dinosaur episode, I was like, wait a second, that's what all those parts are from. And I looked it up, and I was like, sure enough, we have that dinosaur, one of the dinosaur sets, and it was like kind of a cool set. And I was like, oh, wow, okay, find the instructions now to find the parts in the mess. And I mean, we just have like those huge under your bed bins. We have a couple of those, and that's a lot of searching.
Yep, my children have that too, and my son. We just did the superhero episode. He has the Batmech himself as well. And he's like, I broke my Batmech and now I can't find all the pieces. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Get organized,
I know it's in the bin. Like, get to it. I don't know. I think for children, sorting by color is the way to go, because at the end of the day, children aren't going to put that special piece in that special compartment.
Well, I got him some of those like screw boxes, like the little caddies that you would just carry.
Yeah,
we have a bunch of those, and I had helped him go through his whole bin once, and we pulled all those out, and then his sister got at it.
Yeah,
so it lasted about a year.
Yeah, 6-year-olds are not good for any organizational system.
Yeah, I know. She went in and just like,
but she found the piece she needed to finish.
She's 5.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
She's
so much younger than your son.
Yeah.
Is he 6?
He's 6, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, they're all even right now. 6, 8, and 10. I can do that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You have no excuse.
And then January messes me all up because one turns 11 and just ruins the whole pattern.
I got 5 and 8. What do you do with that? That's odd and even. I guess I know they're odd and even.
Yeah, so you just have to know which one's which.
Nah, I'll never.
That sounds like work.
Yeah. Not as much work as sorting all the Lego, though, man.
No.
So I don't know. Because I look at my kids' Lego, and I've been grappling with, like, we started by just keeping stuff in boxes initially.
Yeah.
We'd build it, it'd fall apart, but I'd be like, just keep it in the box. And he had a bookshelf where he had a row of boxes, and I was like, okay, this is not an effective storage. It's taking way too much space. Then we moved to bins, and then now I think we're at the point where it's like, okay, we actually want to build stuff, and this is painful. I'm like, I don't want to search for an hour.
That's how it starts.
It does, man. Because I'm like, he doesn't have that much Lego, but it's already too much to efficiently find the parts we want. Like, I'm looking for one thing on that dino set. I'm like, I couldn't even find the T-Rex.
How could you not? It's like the big giant T-Rex.
Yeah, I couldn't find it. And then I found, I was like, we have 2 pterodons? What? Because after like an hour of rummaging through the bins, of stuff was coming out, and I'm like, what is this from? Where is this?
Yeah.
Is this Voldemort? What is this doing here? Like, it's the weirdest things.
Yeah, I think you might want to sort your kids' Lego. And by you, I mean have your children sort their Lego into like basic bricks, plates, special pieces, and minifigure stuff.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to do all the minifigure stuff, but yeah, I just got to
always gets
I got
lost
to keep
in
my
there.
daughter away from it.
Yeah.
Well, she's at the point where she maybe now she'll listen and help.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's at school. She's being socialized and being taught rules and
trying to get her to stop taking them apart. We found the hook for the captain's hook hand finally. I was like, why do you keep pulling their heads and their arms and like every bit that can be pulled apart?
I get, like when I was a kid, I definitely switched the heads around and the bodies around.
But no, everything.
I don't. My youngest is obsessed with taking the hands out.
Yeah,
and they have so many minifigures that are just missing hands.
Exactly.
And it's insane.
Yeah, they're all mismatched. I'm like a basketball player with like, like it's like multiracial curiosities that they're creating with weirdest, like, okay, he's a basketball stormtrooper.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
That's fine. I think.
He's wearing a witch's hat. Okay. Yeah. Why not?
Why wouldn't he be?
Obviously. Yeah. That's a good reason to get sorted.
Yeah.
So what did you see anything out there that just blew your mind in terms of I mean, there was that one house that architect.
Oh, the architect in Seattle. Yeah,
but I mean, beyond that.
There are the people that build professionally, and they look like they work in the Lego group's offices. Like it's just beautiful, just racks of bins behind them. There was a guy I just saw the other day who had beautiful. Had a custom shelving unit built with basically Plano boxes.
Wow. That
were filled with Lego.
Huh.
And just looking behind him in the picture of this giant spaceship he bought. We'll link to the picture. It's like I would love to have enough Lego to necessitate that kind of storage system.
Wow.
I'm pretty happy with what I have now. Yes. My wife thinks that now that that's full that I'm done, and I don't think she understands that's. I keep saying like no, I can easily fit 6 more of these units.
So how? That's terrifying. Does it give you any grasp of how much Lego you might have?
No.
Yeah, because
I have more than I thought. Because you stack in bins, and the bins are deep, and all the tiny pieces go to the bottom, and you see so even when you estimate how many pieces are in a bin, you're way off. But I'm not about to count because if I have a number, my wife will hear it.
Oh yeah.
And then the number might change.
Then it's in the hundreds, low hundreds probably
of pieces.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, because if one was to add up all the pieces of the sets they buy in a year, in a month,
it adds up.
It must be like so fast. I can't even imagine how fast it adds up.
Yeah. All I know is I do love being a Lego person because no matter how much Lego I have, somebody else will have way more.
It's true.
And then that person will go, hey, somebody else has way more. And on and on and on.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's what I said about typewriters.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my wife was like, how many of these are we going to have in our house? I was like, 60. And then I stopped at 60. But I was like, that's a totally reasonable number. I mean, there's people that have like, Tom Hanks has like 250.
Yeah.
Like the dude has a lot
and
of
a bit more disposable income than you.
And a storage facility, I'm sure, to put them all.
And Jay Leno has more cars than that. So
I was like, you know what? There's always somebody but that's what I found. It's like as soon as you get into the I got into the subcult of typewriter collectors and portables. You got to be specific.
That's right.
But you quickly realize it's like, oh my God, no, there's always a lot of people that are way crazier than you are.
And organizing my several times more than 60 Lego pieces, I think was actually easier than organizing your 60 typewriters.
Less work.
Yeah.
I moved some
less concussion prone.
I had to go up 2 flights of stairs with 6 old manuals.
Yeah.
Because I don't have many of those. They weigh I don't even know what they weigh, 40 some pounds. Like I was just like, oh my goodness, I'm carrying a large child.
We should also mention your stairs are not to code.
No,
in terms of width of steps.
If the code was from the 1940s, then yes.
Yeah, when everyone was a size 3 shoe. Yeah.
It would duck, and you're probably going to die. Yeah, exactly. 3 inches is enough space for
So that's your workout program. You're going to be selling the typewriter, the manual typewriter.
Just up and down the stairs.
Yeah. By the 6th one, were you like, portable?
Well, those ones are manual. Yeah, portables aren't so bad. They're like 20 pounds, 20 pounds. Still, it's ridiculous.
It's not the weight, it's the reps.
Yeah. But yeah, excuse me. I get that yeah, there's always something out there where you're like, it's not that bad.
No.
It's like our love of board games or any of those things. You're just like, it seems like...
And you have some more horizontal space in the house to put more board games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I was going to go to IKEA tomorrow. like
that's how you know you're in a good hobby, whether it's Lego or board games or typewriters. If you're buying furniture to support that hobby, then yes, you're in a good hobby. That's how I feel for sure.
Yeah. And thankfully we live next to an IKEA essentially, so that's a good thing. It's good for all hobbies.
It's a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I do like my IKEA shelves for my Lego as well, so it works really well.
Totally.
I do feel, having finished now, I feel more in control of my hobby now, which is nice. I always hesitate to call it a hobby. In control of my passion, maybe.
Well, I think, again, you can now, when you get a vision or an idea for a build you want to do, if you go, I want to build that modular, I can do it.
Exactly.
I can find the bits. I know where that weird little thing is going to be that I have in my head that I know is somewhere.
I'm not doing a Bricklink order and then before it arrives finding the parts that I ordered.
Exactly.
Which has never happened in the past.
Quadruplicates. No. Yeah, so that's kind of nice. So that gives you some headspace, and that you're just like, you can just go right into it, get an idea, build it.
Yep.
Which is the ideal.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. No, I'm jealous. That's pretty sweet. Thankfully, I do not have nearly as much Lego to worry about.
Yes, just your children's Lego.
Just my children's Lego.
Yeah. Although you could just let your kids listen to this podcast, because since my kids have been listening to this podcast, like the other day, they're like, Dad, we've got a Legoland minifigure with the attached arms and legs. And then they gave it to me. Actually, I think they sold it to me.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart kids. No, my kid's he'll keep it all. He's reading the Lego catalogs when they come in like a fanatic. He's going to be more of a Lego obsessive than me. For sure. Like you look out.
On the upside,
they're gonna totally outdo us.
I'll be happy because then I can continue to buy them Lego for birthdays, which is
they'll take over the podcast.
That's right. We'll bequeath it to them when we're gone in a matter of months.
Episode 600 brought to you by our children. All right, man. Well, I'm glad. That's exciting that you're all done for now.
If you're out there listening to us and you have your own sorting horror stories or success stories, let us know. We want to hear.
Yeah, what strategies, techniques? I mean, like, there's as many ways to do this as anything, but
or maybe you really like digging through bins. I know a lot of people just love the sound and the inspiration they get digging through. That was not me.
That's a form of meditation that I do not have.
But let us know. Yeah, you can leave a comment on the website.
BreakingDads.com.
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 You can hit me up on Twitter. I'm at StillSorting. Ironically named now.
What a lie.
Except for when I buy new stuff and then just sort it in.
You're always sorting.
No. But at least I feel like more sorting is behind me. Then now when I break up a set, it goes right in. Oh, it's a beautiful thing.
That's a good feeling. I can see the calm.
You've seen the smile on my face too, right? Like it's
Yeah. The line, that the furrowed brow is just eased, like melted. It's beautiful. All right. Well, until next week, and until there's another pile of Lego to be sorted. I've been James,
and I'm still Jeff.